Hello, it is Thursday afternoon, evening, and it's the first day of June. Happy almost second half of the year. This is the last month of the first half of the year, and I hope you're having a wonderful beginning of Father's Month, right? Not only Father's Day, Juneteenth, and so many other celebrations during this month. Well, it's important that we stay in the moment, be thankful, and be mindful. And since I don't really have my library book, I gave this book to my son a few years ago, and I think it would be appropriate for us to read some of the pages. Take the time to enjoy every facet of the journey along the way to success. And remember to not get caught up on the letters, the degrees, but it's really about enjoying, extracting all that you can in this route that you're in. And everything, give thanks. Okay. So this is by Gilly Pickup. Gilly Pickup. Gilly Pickup. And I'm not sure if Gilly created the illustrations, but learn to savor every moment and notice and appreciate the little things with a more mindful approach to life, packed with simple, easy to follow tips and calming quotes by writers and philosophers. This is your essential guide to feeling good and living well. Okay, let's go for it. Gilly Pickup. So the first quote, and I probably will be reading this is bothering me right here, excuse me. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Yes. The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. That's the truth. Don't dwell on the past and don't be anxious about the future, but plant in the moment. If you are attentive, you will see it. Yes, you will see the present joy. Mindfulness explained. And I'm sorry, these are the only visuals we have, so I'm just gonna have to listen. What exactly is mindfulness? Also known as present moment awareness, PMA. In simple terms, mindfulness is about focusing on the present moment. Like I'm focusing on the sunshine because I know that the sun is going to be behind the trees in a matter of few moments. So I'm extracting the joy that I feel from the present shine and the music and the air and just how I feel, just being right here. All right. It is the practice of being fully aware of where you are and what you are doing. Yes. Without becoming overwhelmed by everything that is happening around you. Just being planted smack dab right where we are. This is achieved by being totally conscious of your surroundings, emotions, and thoughts, while concentrating your attention on whatever is happening in the here and now. You might ask yourself, how will mindfulness benefit me? For one thing, it can help banish those, they have the word niggling, nagging, giggling, niggling, feelings of anxiety and tension that sometimes come along and threaten your peace of mind. Living mindfully brings many other rewards, yes, including improved mood and strengthened mental health. These are covered in this book. Yay! Mindfulness isn't difficult. We just need to remember to do it. Thank you, Shannon Salzberg. And it's good to have an end in mind. But in the end, what counts is how you travel to get to that place. It's not the destination, but it's that journey. Again, thank you, Orna Ross. I just came from a long journey, and I enjoyed every moment. The point of mindfulness is not to get rid of thought, but to learn to use thought skillfully. Remember, some people say we have approximately 70,000 thoughts. Some people say 20,000 thoughts. I guess it depends on the person, how many thoughts we have daily. But how can we use those thoughts skillfully? Hopefully we're not dwelling on negativity, but we're dwelling on productivity, how to make conditions and life better. Anyone can practice mindfulness. It doesn't matter about your background or education or how old you are. You don't need to be a guru or to be religious or benefit from mindful practice. Simply go at your own pace and don't worry about how long it takes to get the hang of it. Like any skill, mindfulness requires practice to achieve satisfying results. Mindfulness requires no equipment, no qualifications, and just a little perseverance, tenacity, and resilience. And with practice, you too will reap the benefits. Anytime, anywhere. Okay, so we see our little visual here. One of the great things about mindfulness is that you can practice it wherever you are. You don't even need to set aside a special time because you can be mindful of your surroundings at any moment in your day. While out walking, for example, or when you are in the gym or driving, making dinner or relaxing, all you have to do is focus your attention on your body, your thoughts, your emotions, or the surrounding environment. One of my teachers, I remember an acting teacher, he said just experience all the senses. So what are you tasting in your mouth? What are you smelling? What are you looking at? What are you listening to? And what are you touching or feeling? Yeah, that's whole, WHOLE, sensory experience. Of course, developing daily mindfulness practice takes patience and determination. It can be hard to work to keep pulling your mind back to the present moment. One of the easiest ways to do this is to breathe slowly and deeply. Stay with it. As you become more familiar with the practice, benefits will become more obvious. You will start to feel more present, peaceful, and fully alive. Remember, mindfulness works like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Yeah! Sometimes the most important thing in a whole day is the rest we take between two deep breaths. Thank you, Eddie Hillesum. That reminds me in music, teaching my students about those type of rhythmic rests, right? We have the quarter rest that looks like a bird flying with the wings. Then we have the half note rest that looks like a hat on top of a line. Then you have a whole rest that is so heavy the rectangle is under the line. The point is that that's still music. In fact, that's probably the most profound sound in music, the silence in between the measures and the notes. You must live in the present. Launch yourself on every wave. Find your eternity in each moment. Henry David Thoreau. And let's end with daily routines. Pick a routine daily activity that you normally do on autopilot and make it mindful. Let's say brushing your teeth, for instance, or getting dressed. Many of us do these activities barely noticing what we are doing. Pay attention to squeezing the toothpaste onto the brush, the contours of your mouth. That reminds me of my professor. And how the brush feels against each tooth. Think about the clothes you put on. This reminds me of someone, I think a dental hygienist says, try to brush your teeth with your opposite dominant hand. And you better believe that that left hand, if you're right-handed, will become more mindful as far as your movement. So you won't be going, right? You start paying attention as far as your strokes, as far as giving more needed attention to the weak side. Like if you're right hand, usually your left part of your mouth is much more clean, right? But what about the right hand or the right side? Because your hand will go directly to the left. So just switch hands. That's something to think about. Think about the clothes you put on. Are the colors muted or bright? Is the fabric soft or textured? How do the clothes make you feel? Do you really think about what you wear day to day? Take the opportunity to consider how you feel throughout the experience. When you pay close attention, you may pick up on things you haven't noticed or thought about before, and you will find more enjoyment in these seemingly simple or mundane tasks. In a nutshell, whatever you're doing, be aware of it and take it all in. Well, I'm taking all this in, this beautiful experience where I am right now, and just enjoying being present. So hopefully you're doing the same. And again, happy first day of June. Celebrate each moment. Like I said, there's so much to recognize this month and commemorate, but let's make sure that we celebrate this very moment that we're alive. Have a good evening.